Welcome back to F125, my team career. We are off to Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Last time out at, I believe, Singapore, where we scored a P2 by holding up the pack, just for getting some decent points, which has increased our championship lead to Williams by 22 points. That is that's basically a race win or a P2 and a couple other positions. So yeah, not too bad for the last race. We haven't got any upgrades, but we'll have a look at R&D as we are almost level with Aston Martin and we're slowly creeping on Williams. So towards the end of this season, we are slowly creeping up into that mid pack. Possibly by the beginning of next season, we might be a top 5 fastest car. So that should be an interesting. And I did mention the drivers have been sorted, but we won't reveal that until the race weekend. But yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna get straight into it. I believe it is a sprint weekend, so that should make it a bit more interesting. It does say practice 1, so is it? I don't think it is a sprint weekend, but obviously this is the last. After this race, we've got 2 more rounds. So that should make it interesting. It is a sprint race. Yeah, I was right. So we've got sprint qualifying, then we've got the sprint race that looks a bit wet. Qualifying is dry. I've got 25 laps of Brazil. So that should be interesting. We did have an upgrade package. It might have just been automatic upgrade part that we can't do manually. We're just gonna have a quick look. Hopefully everything is okay. We're changing this control electronics, so that should be right. So yeah, I am gonna get on with the only free practice session of this weekend, and I shall see you for sprint qualifying in a sec. Right, it's time for Quali. I don't know, what do we do? Do we do mediums? I think we try medium. So in free practice, we were like, I think we were in the top 5 for our stint. So you see, we had a bit of pace. Even we did all our free practice on hard tires, and we're still. For the first couple of runs we did on hards, we were faster than a lot of medium and a couple of soft runners. Then we did finish all our free practice, and then I just decided to do to do 2 laps. But I was improving on the second lap. The first lap was alright. It got us into like, I think it was P2, I believe it was. But then the second run, it started to rain, so we couldn't really find time. On the final, we started to find time, but then we started to lose it in the final sector because of the rain. But here's what it is. Hopefully we have, so based on free practice, hopefully there's a bit of pace on the car, but it's all easier said than done. So we'll just keep our tires a bit warm here. We'll go on laps anyway, so it's not like I'm blocking anything. I know last time when I started my lap, my tires were on 1% during my free practice run, so I want to see if I can keep them on 0, because they're around 1% about here. But to be fair, what the hell? What is this guy doing? He just blocks my road. Right, here we go. He's messed up my whole launch, my whole starting procedure. Damn it! He's messed up my whole starting method of starting a cardio on that I did during the free practice. I have to slow down there, really. It's not what I wanted to do. But we'll see what this first lap we can get. Car seems in a good place. Hopefully we can have a good weekend here, get some more points on the board. That we know we can push our battery a lot, because there's not a lot of straights, because the whole of sector 2 is just turns, so you can really just use it off some of the exits if you really want to. I'm just going to use a bit more here. Probably use a bit more battery, to be fair, off the corner exits for next time. But to be fair, I didn't start using my battery when I planned to, because I had to slow right down. But let's see what this lap will be. A 6.9, faster than what we did in free practice 1. We did a 107 something in free practice, so not too bad. Our first run, not too bad. That's good enough for P4 at the moment. So the 2 McLarens are up ahead, and we are on mediums, bear in mind. I totally forgot that factor. We are on mediums, so don't know if that was the wisest move to do. Well, I felt like we might use our softs in the race, so I don't know. But if the mediums time holds up well, then it seems to have got something on our hands here, you know.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
So what's the tire wear on there? The medium's just 1%, so we could possibly get another lap of these tires. But I probably should have fueled for one more lap if I wanted to. Autoletter incoming. Branch off. Oh, he's on a cool down. Or an out lap, I don't know. Oh, I think I held Verstappen slightly there. Okay. So not too bad for our first one. I'm currently in P6 as well, so. Because what I was planning to do was about from here, is to start using my battery as I climb up the hill. And you can see Leclerc, Hamilton started to push already. At that same point, that's where I wanted to start, but the two McLarens just got in my bloody way, so. That's quite extra. I think I broke too late there, but it's right. So not too bad for our first one. We'll see how the next one goes. Do we go back on softs or do we stay for mediums? That's going to be the interesting thing to look at. But as we get back into pits, we'll see what the times are looking like. Okay, as we're in the pits, we've actually fallen back. So that time we did, or 106.9, was good enough for P13. That would be an interesting one. While I have a look, let me see what is the latest time I can go out for a lap around Brazil. I do think it's about 2 minutes 30. Yeah, considering the lap's about 106. Or was it going to rain? Okay, no, it was during the sprint, so we should be fine for weather. But I say that knowing how Singapore went, we got rain during the quali. Didn't expect that, so you know. We'll see how that goes. What's the time? 2 minutes 10. Okay, so that's not too bad. Now, so if we're doing... So, based on this logic, if we're on mediums that I barely had any wear, and we did a 6.9, which is 1.7 off, we should potentially be able to get ahead of Antonelli. Because we definitely should. That's only 3 temps. So we should be possibly going to like the low sixes. So we're just gonna sim it quickly through here. No one's gone out yet. I would have thought someone had left the pit, so I can see. I think someone is leaving the pits. Yeah, I can see the McLarens and the Ferraris. Yeah, all of them are jumping out. I do believe he's on softs. So everybody's gone back out on softs so far. Yep, everybody's softs. And we have missed our exit window. We should be fine. To be fair, we are at the end of the pit lane, so we should be fine. Yeah, I left it slightly late. I wouldn't say we left it too late. Nah, we've not left it too late. Still alright. Our first run or so, we're currently in P40, so 1:30. And our lap was at 106, so we should be alright if we're already past the center S's at this point. Do need to be careful to not get too much wear on these tires. So a couple of people have started their laps here. Do need to be careful. We'll definitely make it round. Those that want to get slowed down because I've got to wait for the McLaren or what other cars to get past. So as we can get through this, before there's any tire wear, that should be... Oh, that's not nice. Right, burn the battery. One. Like less than 20 seconds to go. Not the best way of taking sector 1 or turn 1, but take it. Kind of burnt a lot of fuel, a lot of battery for you there, but we should be fine there. Finding a lot of time here though.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
So we've lost a lot of time through there. I thought we'd have a bit more pace on the softs, but it seems like we've got no pace whatsoever, and we don't even improve at the end of that is P15 though for the sprint race. That's interesting. I really thought we'd have a bit more pace, but Haja qualified us by a 10th, so yeah, interesting. We just didn't have any more pace, which is very interesting. I thought we would have had more, but maybe we should have stuck with the mediums for tire wear, and we would have had more grip. The tires would have lasted throughout that, because I think the tires fell off towards the end of the lap, but we got 8 laps of the sprint. Weather might play a factor here, so that might even make it worse. But anyway, onto the grid we go. Hopefully we can recover some positions. Don't know if we get points. P8, so yeah, we'll see. Okay, we are on the grid here, starting P15. A lot of suffering. There's only 1, 4, 5, only 5 people on mediums. Interesting. And looking at our personalized time, it does seem our time is a lot faster. But I think by the time the race is done, we will be close to a 40% tire wear, if that's, oh no, maybe not 40, maybe like 30%. I think that's more accurate, I believe. I honestly don't know, but we'll stick on softs. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, let's get on with the South Island sprint race. Just need a good start here. 5 red lights. Decent start. We have contact with Haja there. Oh, try to avoid that. She's not coming back out. Holy crap, people must have took me out there. See Antonelli and Albon. The 2 Williams are not in the top 10 though, so that's top 8, so at the moment, so yeah, drop. Let's get Albon. I broke too early there. Nah, we can't accept that. Literally broke too early through there. That's how I need to do it. Send it and coast it out. That's a lot better. That's what I wanted to do, but then I just kind of break way too early, expecting him to break early as well. But you can see our old teammate Franco Volapinto up there. Then the Haas. Up to P13 here. Not too bad. Really getting 2 position on our teammate and as Haja. As we see Antonelli looking for a move on Volapinto here. The Haas. He does kind of make it through, but he kind of gets held up there. Let's really try and look for that smooth on Antonelli. He can't seem to get it done. We've got DRS though. He doesn't though. Oh, what a move that was. Oh, we need to see that again from the off-board blood. That was ridiculous. So we're going here. Antonelli pulls off. There's a gap that is closing, but lucky enough, we had the speed and we had the slipstream to just quickly slot in there, smash the brakes as we dive right in and make it cleanly through. We do kind of squeeze Antonelli though, but we don't hit him and we don't push him off track as well. So you know what, I will take that any day. We don't know how upshifted it. Do not know how upshifted. We got Verstappen and Ocon it. That's a very interesting. I didn't think Verstappen will be down in P10 though. You never know. Hopefully we can have a better quali going into the main Grand Prix. Well, we'll see. Don't know if he can find a way into the points in the finish. It's going to be a tall order here. Oh, I've just made a massive mistake through there. There's another car ahead of Ocon, which I believe is the Alpine of Gasly. I believe, I'm not too sure, but so we know we've passed the 2 Williams cars. And I think it's starting to rain. Or is that just my screen? I think it's starting to rain. Oh, this could be interesting. It has started to rain. This could spice up the race here. Didn't think we'd get rain. It wasn't the forecast though. I was praying we don't. Wouldn't mind it. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't mind it. Because, yeah, so the Alpine is there. I wouldn't mind because I am not particularly fond of the road. So starting on the softs wasn't the best idea. Considering we might have to do a pit stop. Who knows, we might not have to, but if the rain gets worse, it is light rain for now, but we'll see how it goes on. Do we get DRS and Ocon here? Hopefully we can look for a move on my favourite overtaking spots later in the lap, sector 2.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Probably should be recharging my battery, but I feel I'll recover a lot throughout the rest of the lap. But we have dropped the cars behind us of Antonelli and Colapinto. As Verstappen has gotten past these 2 cars, as Verstappen does. No surprise there. I was worried for him when he was behind us. So we're gonna have this rain for a while. The DRS is still enabled, so don't know if it will be worth a gamble to hit for inters. Not now, of course, but depending on how many laps we have left. But I don't think it will be a big factor, but I think we should be good. Ocon sends it on his former teammate Gasly. Can he make it stick? If he will, but Gasly's gonna have PRS here. He might be able to make one. Gasly switches sides. Will we be able to capitalize on a bit of contact there with Ocon there? As we do just try and let him know we are coming for him. So can't just pay attention to one car. He's also got a lot behind him as well. He gives us an opening, we will pounce on it. We might be able to get one here. We send it in the inside, just about keep it on track. Don't know if we had contact through there. I don't believe we did. Oh yo yo. Let's see that again. Very late on the brakes there. We send it on the inside of Ocon. He does see us and he kind of pulls away, but there was a bit of wheel to work on that as we do damage his front end plate with that contact. Wasn't intentional. Let's see that again. Yep, we do kind of damage his front end plate, but you know what? It was a move we had to try and make, and we did make it. It would have been nice to avoid all sorts of contact. You can never predict what will happen, but we will not be able to get a point here because Verstappen was literally pulled away from us, as we are going to be under threat from Ocon now. We have to defend the inside line here. We do kind of late break here. Hopefully DRS gets disabled quickly, because we do not want to keep fighting with us. As Antonelli pulled his way back into the fight here, just as we've been fighting, all three of us here have been fighting. But this should be an interesting one.
We'll be seeing at least bits of light rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
We've got a few more laps to go in this finish. The rain is getting heavier. Clouds are getting a lot darker. We are recharging a lot. Realistically, we should have tried to keep it together, but we just didn't have the battery to do that. Got to try and push our way through into turn one here. Once this battery we've got, it's not a lot though. Hopefully we've got a bit more straight line speed than Ocon, but I wouldn't. So we're trying to defend him without trying to be too aggressive. But Ocon's gonna have a good run on us through the center S here, as he does get a dose of DRS. What can we do? We're staying on the middle line. Antonelli is also there. Very late. Get on track. Last year Antonelli manages to get past Ocon there. Oh. Antonelli's making his way through on those subs. Tires, we are losing grip as the track is getting a lot better, but we're on the penultimate lap. Just need to hold on for one more lap, just recharge our battery throughout all this sector 2 here, and then it will be enough. Later down the line, we'll probably be also be runnable after the CNSs here. We can only recharge up to 60% here. That's gonna have to do slide coming out of the corner. Turn on the battery now. We just have to have a good turn one, stay in the middle and try and defend the inside line. But Antonelli's having a tremendous run on us. We will squeeze him out, dive back to the middle, give him the space. Up final lap. We're moving on the braking. We're nowhere near the braking, so we only made 2 moves. So I do feel that's legal. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think there? Started to the middle inside line here. Squeeze Antonelli. We hold on to it here. Barely. And we now need to recharge, because going onto the line, he's gonna have a momentous run again with DRS, so we've got to recharge. Or the battery going down to the line to hope we maintain this 10th position here. So we do have pace here, considering how we made our way up the field, but we just need to have a better qualify. Hopefully start us a better position as Aiden Jackson wins the swim race. Because as Antonelli is falling back, I don't know what he's probably made a mistake here, but that would be good for us. We come home to finish the sprint race in P10. Not a bad way to go. It shows the car does have pace. Now we just need to take that performance into the Grand Prix, and hopefully, as we did hold on in the rain, so we were struggling a bit, but I think we could have hooked Gasly if the rain wasn't there, but we take it. Charles Leclerc gets driver of the day, so hopefully we can... Oh, Leclerc wins the Drivers' Championship here in Brazil. I didn't know, we weren't really paying attention to the Drivers' Championship, but that has not been our battle this season. Hopefully next season we can be getting a couple more podiums, not just in high downforce tracks like in Singapore and Monaco. Leclerc only finished P2 there, which showed him the Drivers' Championship. So who was fighting with the championship? Russell and Verstappen were, but he's just pulled away there. But yeah, at least none of the Williams scored points here, so won't be mad about that. Verstappen came home in P again, past Pierre Gasly and staying there. So yeah, hopefully we can bring this performance into the main Grand Prix. As it was P4. So yeah, onto the main sprint, onto the main qualifying. Hopefully we have a lot better performance here, and we'll see how that goes. The final run, well, not the final one, just that we're ending our first run here. Can just skip this a little bit so the video isn't too long. See what this time did. We did a 169. We'll go slower here. A 176 on soft tires. That's a very interesting predicament. But yeah, we've got a lot of time to find one. Not as fast as our sprinting quality time. So whether that is track conditions or who really knows. But yeah, that's very surprising. Yeah, we're just gonna sim. So okay, fine. Gotta make sure. So so I had to do the 6-7. So yeah, we've definitely lost a lot of pace going for this qualifying. I don't know what we've done, the mistake we've done there. But yeah, we've got a lot of time to find here, so let's go out for the final run. It's not looking good so far. It's currently in P17, so we have to do something to find a lot of time here. Maybe we've not used our battery as much as we did on the other laps. But got a Red Bull behind us. Don't know who that is. Do another look back camera. Just gonna let him pass. It's Leclerc. It's the world champion in his Red Bull, trying to get off track there. If got past all that traffic, we'll definitely make it through, considering where we were by the time we have to put.
We've dropped to P17. P17.
Don't need to use the battery out. Alright, here we go. So exit for us there. That's my last lap. You guys didn't see it, but what's bad there? Here we go. Let's use the battery right now. The 3 temps up here, which we definitely need to be. Then use any battery to somewhere about here. Bit more here. Use a little bit there. About 6 temps up, 7 temps. Almost a second there. Don't know where this puts us. We are currently last though. I think that was a P11 if I'm not mistaken. Get in. Get in. We found the pace. We just did, it was the battery usage. We just didn't use as much battery as we did, but we're still behind Hadjo by 4 tenths of a second. We found 2 temps between sprint quali and main quali, so that's good, but we are starting closer to the top with no Williams inside either front or behind us, so this should be a good start to the race. as yeah, we don't know if that anyone ahead of us has grid penalty, is going to take a grid penalty to push us up. But starting next to our teammate again, hopefully he can score points on his own. But if not, it is what it is. But we are definitely going to be able to score more than a point here, so far as nothing ridiculous happens in the race. But yeah, on to the grid we go. Hopefully we have a lot better race, and it's looking like it because we are starting P11 and we should be able to score more points. 25 laps of Brazil are coming up next. Right, we are on the grid here. Strategy is looking like a soft, medium, or a medium hard. Interesting. But let's see what a couple of people are riding. So Hydra's on the soft. We got soft, 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 medium, 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 mediums. So I don't know. I thought we had good pace on the softs. I think we start on the softs and then we see how it goes. If the softs fall off before lap 11, we can just go to the hards from there. So I think that is probably the best strategy, especially if we want to try and make up a couple positions and then kind of hold up the pack. So yeah, I think we start on softs. But yeah, let's see if we can get some decent points here as the lights go on. Right, 5 red lights, very good start, better than last time. Oh, we have contact with our teammate there. Keep your contact. Oh, more contact. I think that was Hadja. It was Hadja. And we do get past Gasly here. So does it as well. Definitely need to watch that restart again at the end of the race. We've got a lot of speed here. We might be able to call us. I didn't know Carlos was going to go for that move there. Try to send it on to Noda. Probably very optimistic there. Oh, I've also seen something on my softs. I think we'll try and stick it ahead of the Mercedes for now. I think these are used softs, considering how... that's an interesting thought. I didn't think about that, to be fair. And it makes sense considering we did use both of our softs in Quali. Yeah, we're up to P7 here. We do have Mercedes behind us, so... Don't know how long that's gonna last. I think we're probably gonna be looking like a P8 finish here, P9, depending on how things go here. But that Mercedes car is very quick. But we'll still see what we can do. Never say never here. Nice, sweet. Missed about downshift from there. Go too far back on Yuki. We do need to recharge the battery, so because Yuki is on mediums, to be fair. Let's see where Hadra is now.
Gap to your teammate behind, 1.6 seconds. They're all fresh softs. They're in 10th place. Time last lap, 1:17.0.
Hadra still in the point positions here, so we'll take that. I think our pack, being honest, started to pull away from Hadra, so Hadra's going to be under immense threat here. I did see, I think the car ahead of Snowda, or Leclerc, sorry, which I think is Lewis, had a bit of a wobble through there. Still too far back from Yuki. Look for a move down here. Just recharge the battery. We need to be as far as we're not out of DRS range at the moment. Not should be at my sort. A good start so far. Starting from P11, made a couple of good places. A bit of a squirm into turn 1 with our teammate there, but I don't think it was anything major. We don't have the pyros here. 2 Red Bull are getting very close to each other there. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep up this pressure towards Yuki. Spidron, we are on soft tires, which I do believe are worn tires from Quali. So let's see how that fares. So we can see Russell just moving left to right. I think our teammate has lost a position to Gasly there. That P10 spot, but he will have DRS, so we might still be able to fight for it back. Good thing is that I am not actually holding anyone back to be under threat. I am just driving as fast as I can. And the good thing is that I've got battery and DRS, so just a DRS train really, as what you'd expect. Very close to Yuki going into turn 1 here. Would there be a chance to make that move later down the line seems very likely at the moment. But we'll see what we can do. Very close there, just didn't have the grip to slow down enough. Probably should have reduced my brake bias through there. Close enough through there. Just reduce that brake bias. We do have a questionable exit. So I said, but Ross was going to be on our gearbox here. Well, that was not the best ending to that lap, especially as Russell's literally behind us here now. I have to concede for turn one. Those two Red Bulls are still going at it. We won't have DRS ever. But like that little scrum they had at turn one brought us lovely back in as Yuki's looking for a move on his teammate. I don't know what the team principal at Red Bull thinks, but Yuki does make it past Leclerc. So that's interesting. So apparently the tires are degrading fast as we literally saw a wobble for Russell. And I want to see what's exactly happened. We've not hit him. He's just come out the corner and he's just had a moment for very questionable from the Mercedes. I do believe he is on softs. So
Copy that.
So we are going to pit a lap earlier as our tyres are falling off. But they're still in a good window. They will fall off a lot by the time we pit. So this should be. As Carlos Sainz is now behind us now, obviously after that Russell slip up. I don't know what you put that Russell moment through the exit of that corner. Sainz is getting very close and he's going to get the race now. We do have to defend from Russell still. Like we sent it down on turn one, avoid any contact on the exits. That was very ropey through there. And with that, we've actually lost the Red Bulls. The only thing, if they keep fighting, as they seem to be doing right now, could get back at it. But we do need to recharge our battery, but we have lost a lot of battery. The good thing about sector 2 around here is that it's very hard to overtake unless you're very aggressive like higher around here. Hopefully we're going to charge them now as we will, but because we are recharging so much, Carlos is getting very close to us here. So I'm going to charge a little bit before that DRS. Probably shouldn't have done that, but before he gets DRS we can get a little boost. Kind of just squeeze him out, bit of contact through there. He has lost his end plate, save a ride to prevent him from doing the switchback on us. So you have to burn battery down this DRS straight here. Bit of weaving doesn't hurt anyone.
Gap ahead, 3.6 seconds.
Back to recharge mode throughout the whole of sector 2 and 3. Or mostly sector 2, but just place the car in the middle to prevent him from darting on the left. Two Red Bulls are still fighting. They've lost the ground to Hamilton, who has overtaken the McLaren. I believe it is Jackson. Would it be Piastri? I'm not too sure. What's happened is the two front runners, first and second, have literally just pulled away and they're literally just driving their race. None of them know each other, but they're so far from everyone else that what they have to do is just drive. We did manage to have a good exit and that's put us on a very good course to prevent Carlos from getting near us down into T1. Lap 9 of 25. Still holding on for this P7 at the moment. Hopefully bad pit stops can get us closer to the Red Bull and then maybe fight for another position. As it stands, P7 or P8 might be the max we can get prior to any other intervention, as some of the back runners have started to catch us, but I can see our teammate is in the pack behind us here along with Gasly and someone else. So this is interesting. Let's see where he is. He might still be in P10 or P11. P11 holding, had a bit of a moment through push on the battery on the exit, which gives us a little bit of a gap before Carlos gets DRS. That's hunting us down. We are going to be pitting in this lap. Hopefully the undercut serves us well. We managed to hold on these soft tires. We're very close between us and Carlos there. Just about kept it clean Like that was very marginal, if I do say so myself. So just before the braking zone, okay, it wasn't as close as you'd see. Oh, it got very close on the braking. But yeah, it didn't look, at the beginning it didn't look as close, but from my point of view it was always close. Yeah, not too bad. But anyway, we'll be hitting this lap. Hopefully the mediums get to the end. To be fair, we could extend it for one more lap if we wanted to. I wouldn't be mad about it, because if the softs are holding up for this many laps, I think it's just actually, you know what, boxing this lap. Let's try and go for the undercut. Let's try and go for the undercut and get fresh tires on. I think that's the best choice. I would have extended it, but I felt I think we just not too bad. Good pit entrance from us there. So we're gonna try the undercut. Pit early, get on fresher tires. Now we just need a good pit stop from the lads. Come on, boys. 2.5, we take that. Grassy exit there, but make do of it. Right, we're back on the back here. I would just need to push, like, out lap critical. That's what it is. We had a good pit entrance, good pit exit. Even though we did go on the grass, but it's what it is. Catching up to a couple bark markers. Or bark markers that were for us, as I think a Ferrari has come in. Yes, he has. So Carlos is pit. I think we're too far back for DRS though, but we don't think we need it. Let's see if our plan has worked. It should have worked. We're coming around T1 now, just about passing. Made the undercut work, lovely. Let's kind of give ourselves a good breathing space. Let's see if we can try and catch Paul Laren or he pits so that we can get a bit of DRS. We're 2 seconds ahead of Carlos, which is very good. He could have also had a bad pit stop. We will check all that in a sec. Well, let's see if we can get Paul Laren. We should be able to get him for the detection point. I do not want to pass him. I don't want him to slow me down either. We just recharge through him. We'll get DRS. Get a bit of a toe down the track straight. There's a little boost. Who's that ahead of him? Is that Bortoletto? I believe it is. Get a double dose of DRS here. Not losing time. Doesn't fight it. That's good for us. Russell's also behind us, and we've actually pulled away from him as well. We have burnt a lot of battery, so they need to recover it. Firstly, there's definitely a couple cars up ahead who haven't stopped. Those must be the medium runners. I'll be pitting in this lap and the next. Now we've got enough battery this lap.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 5.1 seconds.
Let's just hotline there. Should give us a little boost. Not too crazy of a boost. That's Color Pinto's in. Surprise, we will be passing Gasly and Alex back up to P8 here. P8? Something's wrong. Right, who hasn't pit? Yuki hasn't pit. Cool. Hulkenberg hasn't pit. Aha. Yuki's pushing. So Yuki's definitely pitting this lap then. Okay, let's see what's happened. We had a 2.5. The Verstappen's had a 6.0. So Aiden Jackson 6.7. Carlos had a 4.4. So that's why we were 2 seconds ahead. Because surely when we pit, he wasn't that far behind us. So that plays a big factor into it. So what did Russell do? Russell 2 had a 3.3. So did our teammate, Isaac Hadjar. So that'll be an interesting one. Yeah, not too bad. A couple hard runners though. Let's see how that does later this thing. We can see Russell in our rear view mirror there. We have got a bit of a gap, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I don't know how I can check the gap to leader. Would it be...
You sat in P8, well done. Leclerc ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.6 seconds.
That's what it's catching us, because we are recharging there.
They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader.
Oh, gap to the leader, 23.4. So Yuki's just gone in now. I wonder how close we'll be. If he has a bad pit stop, I wonder how close we'll be by the time he comes out. Obviously not going to be able to pass him here. He's not had a horrible pit stop, but that is just another head, so you can still see him. So 2 second pit stop. He is on the hard tires here. we've not got a lot of battery as well, so we probably put it to the wire here. E7 is still lost a lot of time. Take a safety car at this point. Do you have new medium, so be interesting. As we've had a nasty break, nasty turn there. It's like you're gonna lose this position to Russell, but try and fight it. So Russell just turns on. We managed to stick ahead of him. Well, we should be in battery. We should burn our battery. But Russell, man, he literally just locks up as well. Oh, do not know what I was doing through there. Push Russell right. Wide. Lap 16 of 25. We passed the halfway point of this race, obviously, but what's the halfway point after pit stops, as people were during the pit stop windows. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Jake. I think our battle is literally with Russell and the cars behind. Let's see, is Hydra still in P11? Yep.
Time last lap 1:08.9.
Oh, I saw an Aston Martin. I was getting Aston Martin on the track. That's interesting. I didn't see there was no Aston Martin near us before, so that Aston Martin's come from absolutely nowhere.
Ahead by 4.4 seconds.
Bro, what are you doing? Why are you on the racing line, brother? Like, he literally just turns into me and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't know why he's not backed out there. He's literally just kept his foot in. He wasn't slowed down completely. Look at Carlos going to that. I don't know, coming my battery, trying to get a full battery. Carlos has got wing damage. Whoa, oh, what's that snap? Someone's got wing damage. As far as I can get my battery full, it is technically full. Let's go on hot that mode and just send it. We're not going to be under threat of DRS. About a lap or two, should be good. But Carlos should be pitting, I think. He does dive in. There's Ocon in the Aston next there. Very interesting. Don't think I've mentioned this, but I think Lando Norris might be going to Ferrari, or someone else goes to Ferrari and then he fills in where that person. Because I don't know if this was shown in the recording, but Lewis Hamilton is retiring at the end of the 2026 year. They save, so. Very interesting. Don't know if that happens in real life, but to be fair, he'd either retire in 26 or 27, so I don't think he's going to be racing for too much longer, to be fair. In Formula 1 at least, but.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 10.8 seconds.
But yeah, I'm about to start lap 20, and we'll have about 5 laps to go here. Interesting from Russell, giving me the space. Don't know what he got to leave the space. I'll just recharge here. Luckily they're already on 6. Didn't look at my tire. That was fine. I think by lap 23, I think it will get very warm there. Maybe we should have gone hards, but
we've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
So I just up to P9 here. Both signs has fallen out, but then we would have gone past Gasly as well. Not bad. That's not actually bad. That's actually good. That's actually working out in our favour to get Hadja points as well. I think this would be Hadja's first points since we stopped driving as a player. Lap 21, we're still holding out from Russell. Got out break him. Didn't really have it. Done there. Well, the sign says the fastest lap here. I'm not surprised if he has pit. Tires. I don't know if he's on soft or mediums. Probably softs.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Did that. Just trying to hold on this P7 position. Being as aggressive as we need. Another good thing is that Hadja is not really putting up. No, I wouldn't say the good thing. I'll say if Hadja was fighting with Russell, I'd probably be happy as well. I think Russell's lost another M plate here. That is his first one. It might be the first one.
Okay, Russell's behind now, and the time last lap 1:11.0. They're on old medium tyres and 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Looks like the car
Oh.
behind has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance. Just be aware.
It does affect performance as he's had another level through there. Trying to see if we can get Hajar up to P8 here. But I don't know what more we can do. As the front two have pulled away.
Okay, so gap
To
to
be
the
fair,
car
the red
ahead, 16.
oh, not on the front two. Who is the front two actually? Oh, it's the McLaren and the Mercedes, and what the McLaren, as Russell does dive into the pits. B. Now, the P8, lovely jubbly. Now, we do need to fight hand. We don't need to try and fight hand, but we can't let him pass, and we can't give him wing damage. So we've got to be very careful on how we fight him, because we want him to score points. We can't afford him not to score points. But once we realised he was in chance of scoring more 2 points this way, 3 points this race, we gotta try and make sure he goes. So he will be getting DRS on us to go, and we just have to use our lap 3 to stay ahead, so that he can keep himself safe from Ocon. Yeah, on to the penultimate lap we go as we try and keep our teammate in the points without causing him damage. Okay, easily done. Easy does it. The good thing about that corner is you can just stay in the middle. They can't get past you. You dive back onto the racing line. So far so good here. We're rounding the final 3 corners to start the last lap. I think Hajar pulled away from Ocon here slightly. Just for now. So we will have enough battery to keep Hajar in DRS, but also make sure we're not going to lose position to him. So at the final lap of the race, we will try and get home P7 or P8. Anything can still happen this last lap, but it is very unlikely. The odds of anything bad happening, like an engine failure or whatever, are very low. But as Oscar Piastri wins the Brazilian Grand Prix after his teammate won the sprint, very interesting. The drivers' champion of this season, Charles Leclerc, is going to finish this race at 5th, very close to his teammate, not being able to get past Aiden Jackson. That's very good. As we're running the final few corners ourselves, we will score our first double points as a team this season. With Hajar finishing behind us in P8, we will come home to take P7, which adds a more gap. It gives us a better gap to the Williams P5 in the constructors, and that's it. P7, P8, double points here at Brazil. What a race that was. We fought hard and tough and aggressive to keep cars back. Kind of had a bit of incident with 2 cars, with Sainz and Russell, but that brought Hajar straight back into it. So I am not going to complain as a team principal. I'm not going to complain, but you know, other people might have their thoughts. I have no thoughts. But yeah, let's see that turn 1 incident again. So yeah, we scored 6 points. Hajar scores 6 points. Have a quick look at the standings. That means Joshua does go ahead of Hajar in the standings with a point difference, but that's not what we're really here for. We're really here for the constructors. And with those couple points we've scored, we're now 32 points ahead of Williams, who don't score a point this single weekend, I believe. Yep, they don't score a single one. So yeah, let's have a quick look at turn 1. Because there was something interesting that happened. So we've managed to turn, we darted. So it's not like we were gonna take Hajar out, because we actually had a good run and there was a gap if we're looking at it. Then all of a sudden Hajar turns in, which kind of catches us off guard when we expected him to stay on his line. So I thought I had contact with him, which obviously made me go, but we did have contact there because obviously my line was compromised when I saw Hajar turning into me. But yeah, not too bad. I think there was another move on Sainz and Russell at one point. I think we got past... Okay, we got past Sainz here. A bit of contact. That's how we got past Sainz and Russell, who we thought. Okay, we got past Russell here as he caught back up to us. We tried to get Sonoda through the first couple of laps on the soft spot, just didn't have the pace to do it. But yeah, not too bad overall. Yeah, not a bad way to end as we get to the end of the season. Yeah, this is the message that Lewis Hamilton is retiring. So yeah, so next time out we are going to Vegas for the penultimate race of the season, which should be a good race for us. I do like the track. It's not as technical as somewhere like Brazil in sector 2 in the beginning of sector 3, but should be a good weekend for us. We score our first double points finish this whole season, and might even be from last season. I think actually let's actually do a bit of reconnaissance. So actually no, we did score points. Okay, yeah, we did score double points last season at Monaco with P9 and Joshua and P2 with Colapinto. Apart from that, that was the only time. And obviously we do, as we know, Monaco is a track we excel in. Monaco high downforce circuits really. I'm looking at Baku, P9 with Joshua, P19 with Colapinto, so we didn't. Oh, it can show sprint results. Oh, since when was that a thing? I didn't know that works. Oh, I've just discovered this. So it's sprint results are apparently here as well. Who the hell knew about that? So if you go last season, sprint results, yeah, nah, not too good in the sprint, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Sprint results. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, it doesn't even show the results, I'm pretty sure. I don't really think it works. It shows you the sprint races, but it doesn't show you where you finished. It just shows what races were sprint races, so yeah. That was not really a thing. But anyway, we're going to end it there for today's episode. I think we've got a couple things to do before Vegas. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the video. And I shall see you lot next time. Have a good one. Peace.